Hey there, button mashers. Zach here with Press Start.
I'm Nellie D. Relish.
Welcome to the Pause Menu, the weekly show that goes over top news stories of the week. So just heads up, I know last week we didn't have a video. That was unfortunately my fault. My audio did not pick up my voice, so I was talking with no words. Kinda not a good video.
I told him you should let me do the dub over it, and that'd be hilarious, but that didn't fly very well.
No, not really. So, unfortunately, we are going to have to go over a couple things that were actually pretty big last week first, just to kind of touch base on those things, and then we'll get into this week's stuff. Pretty much the first thing that me and Nelly knew we had to cover again, because we've been covering it from the start, No Man's Sky with Happy Games. We finally got another update from them with the whole topic with No Man's Sky, whether or not it be delayed because of the flooding. I believe you actually covered up on that.
Yep. So basically what they said is that they're not really sure. They're still fighting with the insurance company. They're not really sure where responsibility for this lies. But they've quoted themselves as being sort of the heroes in a movie. They're down, but they're not defeated. They are trying to work in a temporary spot right now, but they have lost a lot of stuff. But they still plan on releasing it on time.
Yes.
So here's hoping, guys.
Yep, they said they will not let themselves release it late. They will do whatever they have to. They will work longer hours and harder to get it out. And I did see that they were considering Kickstarter to replace some of the damages, but they really don't want to because they already got their backing and stuff, and they really don't want to have to resort to that. So I hope for the best for these guys. I'm looking forward to it. We do have some good things with them. If you do want to kind of support them right now in their time of need, just go buy any Joe Danger game. So they just released their most recent Joe Danger game on iOS on time. It's 99 cents, so you can go ahead and head over and you can actually get that and support them. It helps. I think it's a racing style game, so it's kind of cool. I would check it out if you guys got an iOS device. Next up, we actually have information about the Steam machines. Again, they're consoles as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, this is all about the controller. This the whole face that we've had for the Steam machines, because of course everyone knows the machines themselves are not being made by Valve. However, the controllers are being made by Valve. So really, whenever they talk about a Steam machine, the controller has been kind of the face of this whole device. It's also been their pushing point. This new controller with a touchpad on it. And, well, it's been changed. The release controller is changing. They're actually updating it or changing the controller because of compatibility issues. A lot of the games base themselves on the whole Xbox 360's USB controller because it's kind of become the standard. So pretty much they realize that they need a controller that's going to be very compatible with this. So the release controller is going to forego the touchscreen for a traditional 8-button system, a kind of like D-pad and a kind of ABXY styling of the system. Now, honestly, the controller looks odd again. It's a little awkward, and I don't know how that's going to work because most of the time your buttons are where your thumb is over on the side. So it's interesting. And it's also weird to see them change this controller right before it.
Yeah.
So, not to say that the touchpad controller is going away, they're just pushing that back, and the launch controller is going to be this new button style.
It's just a bummer since that was like their big thing. Like, oh, this is how we're different, and this is how we're new, and it's not going to be on the launch one.
Yeah.
So, a little disappointed.
It's interesting. But that's about it for that. So next up, we actually got some information on a release for a DLC. What do you got for us?
Yes, Last of Us fans rejoice! It has been announced through the online PlayStation US store that the new DLC Left Behind is coming out on February 14th, which is also Valentine's Day. Now, if you haven't already heard, it will star Ellie and her good friend Riley. It takes place before the actual events of Last of Us, and it's going to be pretty awesome. I mean, it's Last of Us. We love Last of Us. We haven't played, but we do love Last of Us, so
yes. Now understand, guys, though, for those of you who do play this game and like it, do not try to give your girlfriend some sort of excuse for skipping Valentine's Day so you can play this. It will not fly.
Yeah, I know.
So just deal with it and wait one more day. So pretty much the next thing we're going to go over is Final Fantasy Tactics. Kind of. Final Fantasy Tactics was one of my favorite games when I was growing up for the PlayStation 1. It was a great tactical game, and really the ones later on in the series never really stuck around with it. It was never really a good sequel. They completely changed the idea behind it and the design behind it. It's like some kid's dream world or something. It was weird. But apparently the name Isumi Matsuno should be fairly familiar for you Final Fantasy Tactics fans out there. Mostly because of his name is behind the games such as Vagrant Story, Tactics Ogre, and of course the Final Fantasy Tactics game itself. He's the one that kind of creates the characters, the story, the idea behind it, and the reason why this is kind of important because he has actually teamed up with a company called, or a studio called Playdeck on Kickstarter to create a game called Unsung Story. It is a tactics game, RPG tactics game, that is being praised, or he's stating will be the spiritual successor to Final Fantasy Tactics. he can't actually make a Final Fantasy Tactics game because, of course, that is owned by Square Enix, so this is going to be a spiritual successor, a game that actually is very true to the original Final Fantasy Tactics and the idea behind that game. So it sounds really awesome, and the fact that this guy behind it is great. Apparently we've wanted this so much that in 2 days they earned over $300,000 already out of their $600,000 goal. Right now, in less than about a little over a week, they've earned over $450,000 pretty much. And still, as of this recording, they still got another like 20 days to go. So if this comes out on Monday, they got another 18 days to go. So I don't see how this won't get funded. The cool thing though is some of their stretch goals. Those even kind of make it even more amazing. The one that really kind of stuck out for me was the actual $1.3 million stretch goal, which I'm kind of hoping they'll hit, due to the fact that they're going to bring in a name for composing called Hitoshi Sakimoto. Again, should be a very common name for Final Fantasy fans. This is the mind behind the music composer of the original Final Fantasy Tactics and Final Fantasy XI, the online game. So he's also done 70 other games as well, so he is a fairly common name in gaming composing. So that's it for last week's kind of things that we wanted to just touch base on. Those are the big ones we wanted to cover, so now we're going to go into this week's stuff. First, we're going to start out with is Watch Dogs has not been canceled on the Wii U, as people were thinking it might have been.
Yeah.
You had some details on that for us?
Yeah, so this has been a kind of confusing article and subject matter. So originally this Nintendo Italian website called Witilla, I think that's how you pronounce it?
Witilla?
Yeah. Reported that pre-orders in Italy for Watch Dogs for the Wii U had stopped and it had been canceled, actually. And then later, Kotaku was reporting that the same thing was happening for GameStop in the U.S. However, according to new updates that are going out, GameStop actually came out and said, no, that was actually a computer glitch. So it is still going on, and Italian pre-orders have started up again. So yes, Watch Dogs will be, as of right now, released for the Wii U. There's no official word yet saying that it's not going to be out.
That's going to be a big one for the Wii U. They kind of need this game, because
yeah.
the Wii U could actually be very, very integral. That little device could be really good for the idea behind this game and hacking and stuff. From there, we're going into kind of a Big Brother, or should I say Big Mordor, as you put it.
Yeah, Big Mordor is listening, fellas.
Apparently. So, yeah, in the new game, Shadow of Mordor, apparently there's some issues going on here. So, what's going on?
So, there is a companion app for the Shadow of Mordor, which is the prequel to the Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
It is called Planeteer, which all the Lord of the Rings fans know is the Steam Stone that is actually from the mythos in the Lord of the Rings universe. And apparently it's using advanced audio sync technology to listen in on iOS devices. The thing has two modes. One is called Reader, and it basically just lets you have access to the Mordor wiki pages while you're playing it. You kind of open it up as in a browser. The sync actually listens to your voice and pulls up related wiki articles or videos, I've heard. And this is kind of cool because let's say you get stuck in a certain spot and you get frustrated. The sync will listen and hear your frustration and actually pull up things to help you out, so you can kind of get through this spot. Or if you want like more background information about certain characters, that can also, the sync will listen to that.
I wonder who this person is.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool, but also at the same time a little creepy that your device is listening in on you and learning what you're saying.
Well, actually paying attention to what you're saying.
Yes. So again, this is only for the iOS stuff. There is no planned releases as I've stated yet for the Windows or the Droid phones. So.
Yep. And that was something I really don't want to listen to or talk about, so I'm forcing Ellie to do this one. I don't want anything to do with it, because Angry Birds just annoys me as a game. Personally, it's just it was stolen from an online game on Newgrounds with a catapult and stones. And they stole the idea and made an Angry Birds game just because it was cute and adorable. It annoys the crap out of me because every single kid is like, Angry Birds! Ah!
So we shouldn't tell you that they're actually playing an Angry Birds movie?
Oh, God. So yeah, I really don't care for this, but apparently Angry Birds is taking a stab at sports. Take it away.
So Rovio Entertainment has signed a deal with NHL to have a new mascot of theirs, Hockey Bird, go on tour to different hockey stadiums across the country to promote the two new games that are coming out, which is Slingshot and Slapshot. Now, these games are interactive, and they're taking it on to a new level at these hockey arenas. What they're going to do is have the game played on the Jumbotron, and the louder the audience reacts to it, the better Hockey Bird does at the said game.
I hope it's quiet. Fail! Fail! He cannot get any goals! Stupid bird, get off the friggin' ice! You're supposed to fly south! So next up we got Titanfall actually is in the news this week because everybody's wondering about microtransactions with this game. It's an online game. well, we can rejoice. There will be no microtransactions in this game. You will not be able you will not be able to use your real life money to buy powers and stuff like that and do a pay-to-play kind of thing. Finally, a game that understands that the game should be based on how good you play at it and how often, I guess how often you play at it on one hand, but it's all about actually earning the money and earning the stuff. You can't just be like, I'm a lazy ass, so I'm going to buy the strongest weapon. Dicks. But I'm really excited to hear stuff like that. I've really been annoyed at how many games are going microtransaction routes. Even then, I guess like, part of me, I can understand using microtransactions to help kids or players get through parts of the storyline, but using it online really annoys me. Because then it's people who have money that can succeed on the online gaming. Of course, though, there is no word yet on Season Pass, so any sort of DLCs and stuff, at the moment, you're going to be paying full price for it. But, of course, that usually tends to come out more towards release date if they're going to do it or not and what the price will be.
Yep.
So, we'll see closer to the release date if they decide to do a Season Pass.
Mm-hmm.
So, our big story of the week, actually, is going to be a game called Kingdom Come Deliverance. It's a Kickstarter game that has just rocked the crazy out of it. It still has 25 days to go as of recording. So today being Monday, if it's Monday, you're actually down to 23, but it's already hit about 140 something % of its goal. It asks for about 300,000 pounds, European pounds. And it's actually at almost 432,000 pounds as of this recording.
Yeah.
So who knows where it's at on Monday? Just such a killer start off, and this game has been turned down by publishers all over the place because of its ideas. Pretty much the game, in a nutshell, is authentic middle-aged lifestyle. The trailer looked amazing. What were some of your favorite points on it?
Oh yeah, like I loved how much the trailer looked like just a finished game. Basically, it looked
they had a full prototype for this game. It was awesome. It's using full in-game footage and stuff. It looks like.
And they had just like as you said, it has like a living town, but they also have like large-scale battles, but also you could do like sort of single fighting.
Yep.
Castle sieges. I mean, you just hear
that
all
looks
these
crazy. Castle sieges. You're like actually first-person view, climbing up a ladder, and they actually show the guy looking to his left, watching one of the ladders get pushed down. They're really looking into it being real. They've said there's going to be no magic. You're not going to be looking for like 5 pieces of an ancient wand to save the world from an evil dragon. There's too many games like that out there like that, but there's no real authentic medieval ages kind of game that's like open world. Way to go. This game looks very impressive. I can't believe they didn't get any publishing, because they actually made a stab at that, I think.
Yeah.
They made a stab at that, because every time they got through to it, once they get to the marketing people...
No shoes, no shirt, no magic, no game.
Pretty much, yeah. No magic, no game. They're like, people want wizards. Like, no, really? So the game's still in Kickstarter, so you can definitely still go back it up and get a good price on the game when it finally comes out. They're saying it's going to be, you're getting Act 1, so apparently this game is going to have several downloadable content acts later on to expand the game even more. So it definitely sounds promising, and
add wizards. They probably will.
They could add a DLC content for wizards eventually to kind of just have a nice thing, because take Red Dead Redemption, they added zombies to it.
That was awesome.
One more thing to cover for ending on a kind of a odd, funny note.
I don't know how funny this actually is.
It's more awkward. Yeah, so I don't know how funny this is going to be. It's more awkward if anything, but usually awkward can get a laugh, so... A game coming out for the PS Vita over in Japan, that has come out for the PS Vita in Japan, is having their US and European releases censored, being quoted as having intense sexual imagery on their cards. It's a card game. What? So pretty much the premises of the game is you're a girl in a new universe that actually has, in an alternate universe that has monster girls in them. However, the interesting thing is how you level up your characters. And the concept is I'm going to use a PSP for example, but imagine this is a PS Vita. You're supposed to turn it sideways and then rub both the front and the back of the screen to strip your character and make her more powerful in a slightly more revealing outfit.
Would you like me to leave you and the Vita alone right now?
Hold on. But
this is my face. This is how amused I am by this.
It's awkward. Very, very odd concept. It's really designed for just...
These guys need to go out and they need to get laid. I'm sorry. I usually am pretty good about this kind of stuff, but this is just a whole level of, like, what the fuck that I just can't handle. And
yeah. I couldn't believe it. I don't mind a little fan service here once in a while, but this is getting to the point where it's overdone. Like, anybody can understand fan service in movies and things like that. I mean, goddamn, Magic Mike did such good, even though it was a horrible movie, apparently. But it was all because of men stripping. Fan service is good. Sex sells. It's not a bad thing, but there's such a thing as overdoing it, and this is, in my mind, doing it. As for the facts, 40 cards are being censored, and what they're doing is instead of when you level these characters up, instead of them changing their outfits like the other ones will, they will stay as their low-level outfit. The problem is this game could actually be pretty good as a gameplay mechanic, but none of us will ever know because it's too overshadowed by the intense sexual graphicness of it.
Yes.
So that's our show for today. Again, actually, I just want to give you guys heads up. Last week, or the week before, one of the winners didn't contact me, so we actually still have the contest open. I'm going to give out a new winner this week. This week's winner is, drumroll please, Kickback Gaming.
Yay!
Awesome fan and friend of the show. He does his own YouTube channel as well. If you want to check him out, go ahead. He does some great stuff. All you gotta do, Kickback, is just give me a message. Let me know you want the game. If you don't, let me know. If he doesn't get back to me, or if he says he doesn't want it, we'll do one more announced winner. After that, it'll be a free-for-all. Anybody who wants it can just let me know. That's it. Anything else from you?
Remember to like and or comment.
Yeah,
please.
definitely. And again, if you comment on the weekly gamer question, your comment can show up in the next week's video. This question is actually going to be based on our last game we talked about. What do you guys think of over-sexualized games? Male or female characters, anyways, if there's any that you can think of, because I know that there have been some games that over-sexualize the men, too.
Yeah.
Way too muscular sometimes. So let me know your comments, ideas, and concepts on that down below in the comments. I'm Zach Press Start.
I'm Nelly D. Relish.
Till next time, guys, keep pressing those buttons. See ya.
Bye.